Welcome back, everyone. Today I've got another knife from my good buddy Random Rob. Thank you for lending this in. This kind of takes me back a little bit to my early days as a kid with a knife. This is the Buck 112 with a twist. I grew up with a Buck 110, which was a little bit longer, a little bit just bigger overall. Was one of the first knives I had as a Boy Scout way back in my younger years. Rob picked this one up recently from Blade HQ in Utah, which is a fantastic place. I went to the grand opening there a year-ish ago, 18 months ago, when I was doing some contract work in Salt Lake. I ran down there to the grand opening of their new site and checked it out, which was pretty cool to go down and see that. So anyway, let's jump into this. This is the Buck 112 with a close length of 4.30 inches. And the cool thing about this is it's an auto with an overall length of 7.25, the blade length of 2.95, with an edge length of 2.73. I can see I got this a little bit kind of dirty as I was opening and closing it before the video here, so we'll wipe that off because it does tend to get a little bit with this, satin blade. The blade steel is 420 HC with a blade thickness of 0.11, so it's really thin. Weighs in at 6.2 ounces. Again, you can't believe the website. The website says 5.9. It's 6.2. And an overall thickness of 0.60, not including these rivets here. Those stick out just a hair beyond that. It does have brass bolsters and a micarta inlay. And it is your classic lock back that Buck is famous for. That takes, not much effort at all, but there is a spring in there to get it closed with a super positive latch. And it comes with a really nice black leather sheath. But I really like the way they did this. I think now that I've kind of handled this one for a little bit, I'm thinking about getting the 110 auto version just because it's classic. I've kind of wanted to get a Buck 110 recently just to kind of go back to my roots and the original, knife that I had growing up. I think there's a cool factor of the nostalgia of it all. So, but I may opt to get the 110 auto version. Just because who doesn't like an auto? It's just fun. It fits in my hand pretty well, but it is a little bit smaller than what I am normally carrying and used to. And would I carry this? Probably not. I buy a lot of things just because I am an adult and I can. So my 12-year-old boy comes out with my adult paycheck. And nothing wrong with that. But this is super great, Buck quality, Buck typical standard, you know what to get, what you're going to get with a Buck. And this does a fantastic job of it. I'm really kind of pleased with the fit and finish and all of that of this knife. So let's do a couple of quick size comparisons just because we can. And the light is really playing off that blade. So here it is against the Sharpie. Is it that light in the back or is it the light in the front? Because I have two lights here. How about the large Sabenza 21? Now granted, you're not going to carry the Buck in your pocket because there is no pocket clip and it's fairly thick. But for you guys that are out working in the field, not in the fields, out in the dirt fields, but out as a technician, out in the office settings or, whatnot, having your work belt on, you could totally rock this in the leather sheath on your work belt. And it would be great for that, because having been out in the field a lot, having a one-hand opener is kind of cool. And while you could do a flipper or whatnot, there's something cool about a classic buck 110, 112 style knife. So, kind of a quick video because I just, I wanted to get this out so I can start to get some of this stuff back to Rob. But I really kind of like it. And these are available now. Like, these are currently being sold. I did a quick check on Blade HQ, and it's about $135 plus tax, shipping, license, dock fees, all that stuff. And then the 110 version, this blade is just about 3 inches. The 110 is a 3 3/4 inch blade. So about 3/4 of an inch bigger. The 110 version is about $150 on Blade HQ right now. So I'll put a link to the Blade HQ website down below, just so it's easy to find if anybody is interested. And if you don't know about Blade HQ already, then you're missing out. They pretty much have most every knife that you might ever want to get. So check them out. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I greatly appreciate it. Stay tuned because there's lots more to come, and we will see you on the next one.